Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and we are returning to Strategic Command World War II, War in the Pacific, Rise and Fall of an Empire. We've taken Chongqing, and yet the Chinese won't quit. We are playing as the Japanese in the invasion of China. We have till December 7th to defeat them for a major victory, and we've gotten to Chongqing. We've gotten all the way out this way, and we have a ways more to go, because apparently the enemy has fallen back on Kunming as what I would hope would be their final capital. Where else is there to retreat to? I don't know. That's the bulk of the situation right now, I guess, is what we can say. We just deployed a whole bunch of divisions for our puppet regime. Off camera, I deployed 3 infantry divisions, 2 headquarters near Nanking. So maybe we can bring those boys to bear. We have a whole bunch of HQs, 2 new Japanese HQs just deployed in northern China. So we can hopefully begin bringing much better supply. We all probably will need to spend a few turns upgrading our troops to mobility number 1, which we did just unlock, which should help us to move through this rough terrain toward Kunming, but that'll be for next turn. Let's go ahead and end this turn and see what the AI has in store for us. I'm doing my best to garrison my rear, but I only have so much, and our economy is being hurt because of the American sanctions against the Japanese. It looks like our income dropped by like 200 last turn, so that's a lot. It's like our income fell by a little bit less than half, which might slow down re-equipping our boys for mobility, or reinforcing the troops who took casualties in the fight near Chongqing. I would think, and I'd have to go back and look at the conditions, at the very least we win a minor victory. For this scenario, because we've already done better than history. But we've already destroyed the PRC sort of guerrillas as well. At least their capital, there are still a few left. Okay. Japanese troops in and around Haiphong Harbor, airfields in Tonkin region. Oh, okay, so a limited number of troops can transit through Indochina. Strategy involves constructing fortified positions deep within guerrilla-held territory. These strong points will serve as both defensive bastions and bases for launching counter-guerrilla operations. Deploy an engineer unit enabling construction of fortifications, and strong point units will be able to build for support of anti-guerrilla. I would say yes. There's no reason to say no, right? Okay. I guess I would just say yes. Anything to weaken their hold, right? Alright, can these guys rail anywhere useful? Okay, so they can actually rail to the front line here. Now, I don't know how effective they're going to be against Chinese troops, those puppet units, but we can we rail these guys too? No, they're not on a rail line. Well, shoot. Okay. I want to free up some garrisons, because these guys, we need a garrison here. I need to push supplies further forward here. Let's hit these troops dug in south of Chongqing. Okay, so heavy artillery helps as well. Nearly destroyed that unit. Get him! Okay, I think there were 37 units. Oh god, 2 to 2. I thought we'd have better odds than that. Okay. I didn't even use my air power. I should have. I suppose we'll need to use them in the south a little bit too. Alright, let's try and destroy this tank unit, maybe? Three. Wow. That's an effective raid. Alright, operate these guys to the front here. Okay, so hopefully that pushes supplies forward a bit here in the south. It definitely will, or should. And these troops, once they kind of push forward through these enemy units to their front, may be able to drive on Kunming as well. Okay. Can I operate this headquarters anywhere? Not really. The random gaps in the railway is really frustrating. Okay. Got him. Alright, in the north, took that airfield, driving on Tensu. Okay, bring the troops south I can. Alright, let's reinforce this cavalry here. I don't think I need that. That headquarter can stay on effectively on garrison duty, I think. They can deal with these two guerrillas. So everybody else up north here can pull out. I just need... Oh shoot, I should have left. Just for the moment anyway. I think we'll pull this cavalry unit north, but... Okay, meanwhile these guys are surrounded. Let's keep hitting them. Okay. All right. We should probably put one of these divisions out here. They can act as this garrison in the rear and free up some of the core Japanese units here to move south. Okay. All right. Bring these troops south away from fruitless garrison duty. I mean, the two headquarters in the north here, we need to move somewhere. Not that I want them. Well, we'll burn through all our money. Okay. Alright, well, I don't have any other money left to do anything, but we are at least building up a new force. We've got a force built near Chungking. We need more supplies there, but we've got some HQs in the general vicinity. We've also got a bunch of headquarters here near Linkul. We don't have as many troops there, but hopefully that can all act as a springboard for us to drive on Kunming. I didn't move every unit. I probably shouldn't have forgotten some of those units deep in the south, but deep in the heart of the south. And we'll get 89 MPPs this last turn. Yikes. I expected the enemy to fall back on Kunming, but they're staying in place, which is interesting. Man, they got a lot of warlord troops in front of Minyang. Our limited occupation of Indochina. Oh, some free troops there. Maybe we can just advance directly on Kunming from the south there. We really need a headquarters unit down there, but if we go down, are they just going to be an occupying force? I can't actually move them anywhere. Well, I thought it said I could move them through. Whatever. I gotta clear these troops to my front. Then we can retake Luchao, the capital. Clear that tank out here. Well, that actually, the center of gravity pulls us away from. Maybe we take Luchao, then move along this rail line here. They got a decent amount of fighter escorts by the looks of it. Okay. These guys have no more cities left under their control. Yeah, let's try and reduce these bad guys to our front. Yeah, we should have more than sufficient supply to support this drive. Okay. So if we take these other capitals and knock out the Soviet volunteer group and secure the flank of the Chungking force. Okay, so that enemy army shattered. How many troops do they have now? They were at 37 last I checked. They're up to 45 now. A lot of them have been what I presume to be second-rate troops, but okay, shattered that enemy army group. Whoops. Okay. If I remember, these enemy troops are actually garrison troops. Oh god. They've got a sufficient force to the north of us, too. How am I going to drive? There's troops on all sides. I think that goes back to we need to clear this line first. We're destroying a number of these mercenary armies. Eh. Alright. We're almost out of money. Yeah, I'm gonna try and link these two forces up, and then we can advance in a large group with a lot of headquarters south on the capital. So we probably won't win this turn. Okay. Why can't I move these guys via rail? Weird. November time. Britain joins the Allies. Do we lose? Is that it? Why is Britain joining the Allies now? Like, they're already in on the war against Germany. I'm confused here. They didn't go to war with Japan this early, did they? What did I do to cause the British to come in? I was pretty conservative on most of my stuff. Does it matter if the British come in if the Americans aren't in yet? I guess we'll find out here in a second. Okay, are we at war with Hong Kong then? No. I don't understand. Okay. Can we get rid of this enemy unit behind our lines? If I have to use my air power this turn to do it, that's fine. Got him. Okay. All right. All right, we're advancing on the Soviet group, army group for whatever, their volunteer group.
All right.
Got like no strength to advance on Kunming at the moment. All right, everybody. I hate to wrap this series early, but honestly, at this point, it really just feels like a little bit of whack-a-mole. It feels like we're just not spinning our wheels, but so I really like the Strategic Command games. We've played them a lot on the channel. I think anyone who, has viewed this channel for a while will understand I like the Strategic Command games. What I will say is that what I don't like is, especially, it's not this way in every game. I don't feel this way in the World War I game. I don't particularly feel this way in the Civil War game, the Franco-Prussian DLC, but I do feel this way on the Eastern Front to some extent. Usually World War I, they collapse before you get there, but a little bit like this toward the end of World War II on the Eastern Front, and definitely like this in China. This game doesn't know when to call it quits. And what I mean by that is, if the game had ended when we took Chongqing, it would have been a little bit of a slog, but it would kind of make some sense. But to throw the capital all the way out in Kunming just feels like, we're just going to make it more difficult by making you push this far. And the real challenge is no longer in defeating the enemy. The challenge is like stringing your corps, your headquarters together enough to push far enough into the hinterland to win. And while that might make some historical and logistical sense, from a gameplay standpoint, I think you get enough of that already taking Chongqing. Kunming just seems a bridge too far, and I have no interest in playing for another 2-3 hours or whatever it'll take when it's really just like, all right, I gotta move this unit here, make sure that the partisans aren't attacking, and I'll just slowly move my troops forward, slowly move my headquarters forward. At this point, the enemy really can't touch me. We've already kind of won. It's just going through the motions. That is not interesting to me at all. And so I hate to call it quits when we have several hours left, potentially, of gameplay. But I will also say, as far as the channel goes, I don't think it would be interesting for any of you to watch this, this extended part of me just trying to get the headquarters in the right place, and hopefully I do it in time. So, you know what? I'm going to call this a victory. I'm going to say we took Chongqing, Chiang Kai-shek collapsed, there was no logistical base or popular base of support in Kunming to be able to fall back again. He's already taken too many political hits. The flooding of the plains by blowing up the dams, I think at the Yalu, and the Chinese communists have already been defeated. I don't see the Chinese nationalists continuing to resist, and frankly, if they do, from a gameplay point of view, I don't care. So we're going to wrap this up here. This is Strategic Command, the World War II War in the Pacific game. and the Rise and Fall of an Empire DLC. Interesting scenario, poor end game scenario design, but overall, I still have a fairly positive experience with this thing, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave them in the comments below. That's enough of me rambling. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Not sure what to do next. I'm in a bit of a rut. There haven't been... I guess, you know, we've got the Anno demo that we should probably take a look at. But other than that, I'm not really sure what else to play right now on the channel. I feel like, you know, it's an interesting time right now on YouTube. Numbers definitely taking a hit. That's partly my own fault. Largely my own fault. But I also am kind of in a bit of a rut. You know, I'm exhausted all the time with kids. And I don't see a lot of interesting new games that have come out the back half of this year. It's been a bit of a slow year in terms of gaming since the middle of the year. So love to hear your thoughts, love to hear what you guys want to see me play. Maybe I'll eventually dive in and try and do a War on the East series. I'm still going to return to Bombing the Reich. I got another day or two already planned up for that. I think my opponent in War in the Pacific, I don't know if that series will continue. We will see. I think they're a little busy with some real life stuff going on right now. I've got like 4 days in the hopper. I could put together a video, but then it might be another 5 months before I have another turn. So we'll see. But I hope you guys enjoy the series. Leave your thoughts below. What would you like to see me play? You know, maybe we'll return to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. I kind of started an Italian series and it tapered off after 1 or 2 episodes. So maybe we'll go back to that, start a new series there, or Rule the Waves 3. We haven't played in a long time. I know they're working on, I think, a new DLC or something like that. But would love to hear from you all. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your thoughts below. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching. And until next time, I'm out. Bye-bye.